Okay, once you have your image ready to use the pen tool on and to make it have a vector look, you are going to open it on top of your background layer that you have already sorted. It should be A3. You should have watched the previous video on how to make a background color and how to use a gradient. So this is the color I've chosen. So now what I'm going to do is I would typically go to File and Open my image. It would then open on another tab here. You would then just on that tab select all and copy and paste it onto this our main poster background, okay? And then I'll add it as its own layer. So now we'll have the layer of your actual character or whoever you are trying to promote. So I have this actor here, his name's Jensen Ackles. And I'm just going to use him today as a little bit of an example to show you what to do next. So you should have your background layer ready and you should have your image on a separate layer. So we're not actually going to change this layer at all. This layer needs to stay the same the whole way through. So we don't want to change this layer. We need to add different layers for whatever. When we're using the pen tool, you need to create a new layer. So it's very, very, very important that you're re-watching those videos and actually reading the instructions that I've given you on how to achieve this. So as you can see, the face foundation has its own, very own layer, okay? I have begun that just as a quick demonstration for you to show you how to begin. You actually want to make large areas as your background color, and you're going to have it in the correct order, like you want your layers to be sitting on top of each other. So I just have a little bit of an example of some of the things I've started for you. So as you can see, here is some of the face happening. So once you've done your face foundation, you would then probably just unclick the actual visibility of it. So see how you can still see that my other sections cut out are available or visible, sorry. So now you're just going to be using this, unclicking the visibility and re-clicking it every so often and actually renaming your layers. It's so important to have them named. And eventually you're going to be actually combining some of your layers. So see this face dimple and this nose hole, because they're the same color, I'm actually going to eventually group these together, and I'll just show you how to do that because they are of similar color. So I'm going to select both of them just by using I'm going to use shift and then click on both and then right click. And you don't want to be merging visible and you don't want to flatten your image. What you want to do is you can merge layers. And so now the face dimple and the nose hole are the same on the same layer. So now you're not going to end up with a million layers in the end. So it's important to merge what colors you can together. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in and see this shadow here. I'm actually going to outline the shadow going on here to show a bit more of his kind of creases and face, the darkening areas of the face. I might just go a little bit up there, make it a bit more sharper. Cool. So that's going to be part of the, make sure you're on the actual layer when you're doing this. Now I'm going to go to make a selection, go OK, and then I'm going to go copy, make a new layer via copy. And now this layer should have the skin like that, but we actually want to highlight everything that's on that layer, which is just this bit. Making sure you're on that layer because that's the only thing that's on this particular layer right now. And now I'm going to go to right click, fill, which is color. And I'm actually going to use my sample squeezy thing. Sorry, I can't think of the name. And I'm going to use that and making sure that it's not as dark as this one, but it's a bit more of a lighter color. And I'm going to use that to then add that little bit of a crease. Okay. So the more we do this, the more it's going to look realistic. So the more creases and facings we add, at the moment it may look a little weird, but the more of those we add, the more realistic our character is going to look. So pretty much and then we're going to deselect and then keep going. And then you might add a little bit of this pinkish red tone here, and you just keep going. And you might notice that I'm going on top of that one. That's okay, because I'm eventually going to make sure it's sitting underneath it, so it'll be okay. I'm on the wrong layer. I need to be on the actual image every time I do this. I'm going to click and go make a selection. Then I'm going to go to edit, copy, layer, new layer, copy. And there it is. Again, see how you need to make sure your layers in the correct order. So this is the only thing on this layer right now. So I'm going to select it, so then I can right click and fill. I'm going to choose my color again. I'm going to choose like a pinky color. Press OK. And there we go. And also it's already sitting underneath that layer for me. So I'm just going to keep adding more and more. As you can see, this is a little bit geometric. You might want to use the pen tool, the curvature pen tool for some of these. As you can see, this is a little bit jagged. So it depends if you wanted to actually use like an eraser tool to kind of try to, I'm not on the right layer. Sorry, I'm on the wrong layer. I need to that's why you need to name them, because you get really confused. So what's this one? This one's the, if you double click on it, sometimes it comes up. You just need to click on it like once or twice to try to rename your layer. If that doesn't work, sometimes you just go to layer and then you just go rename layer. I'm going to call this pink nose. Eventually I'm going to add it to my other ones. I have it all in one layer, but just for the moment, I'm going to call this shadow dimple or something. You can name them whatever you want. Shadow dimple. Because it's not quite the dimple, it's more like the shadow around it. So for the shadow dimple, you should be able to erase it. It's being a bit annoying. Because I haven't selected, that's why. See, lots of different things can go wrong with Photoshop. There's a lot of trial and error. There we go. So as you can see, it was a little bit too faint. So I'm just going to, you shouldn't have to do this, but I'm just going to show you how I would fix it if I needed to fix it a little bit. I'm just going to like, you can add a little bit of a glow to it if you wanted to, or you can fix it up a bit more of a, up to you. You don't have to do it like that. Just to try and make it a little less crazy on the edges if you wanted to, but not too much. Okay, so now, yeah, because it's more of a shadow. Some of these lines are good to have nice and harsh, but you don't really want it to be always harsh sometimes. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Cool. So does that hopefully make sense? And then when you're ready, just zoom out. Remember, you can use the Alt button. Just by pressing the Alt button, it'll automatically go into the reverse for me. And then as you can see, I'm starting to add a little bit of features here, and eventually I will move on to like his ears and his eyes, and just using the visibility icon really helps. So as you can see, if you were trying to do it all on this layer, you would make a lot of mistakes, because you'd be like, I don't know where to add the next bit because I can't get rid of this base color. So it's so important that you're using your layers. As you can see, I have not made any changes at all to the original photo. Okay, we don't want the original photo, that layer, to be changed at all. Okay, make sure you're renaming your layers. You have layers. It's so important. Have layers, everybody. If you aren't, you're gonna fail straight away, just because you're gonna lose all the detail. You're gonna really struggle to try and get realism. So making sure you're doing your layers, and once you're happy with them, you may like to actually remember, merge them. Okay, so you got your shadow dimple and the nose hole. See, these two could probably be, all of these could probably be ready to be merged into one. So now I'm going to click this, the one layer off, all of those remove visibility. Okay, so keep going with that. It's kind of makes it easier if you do your base color first. So say you would do a lot of this jacket as one big shape, and then the same thing, remove the visibility of the base color and then add all these finer details. The more detail you have, the better. So every single shape and color needs to be outlined, like every single bit. All the wrinkles in his jacket, all the crinkles in his face. Try and get as much detail in his hair as you can. That'll be a bit difficult, but the more, the better. The more marks you'll be able to get. So I hope that has helped you out. And then when you're just making sure you're going to go to File and go Save As, and make sure it's a Photoshop file and it's a working file. And make sure you're saving it in a place you remember where to get it. So 9pdm, something like that. Making sure that it's already in year 9 for me, which is great. I'm going to pop it in my graphics poster. And I'm going to call it, what do you need to do that? I'm going to call it my graphics poster. Final, something like that. And save it and press OK. And there you go. Okay. Make sure to watch this video a few times just to know what you're up to, what you need to be doing. And also write it all down in your journal. Everything you're doing, write in your journal. You need to use that to document everything. Okay.